Hello, everybody. I hope all of you are doing good. I'm Mrs. Shrutika, Assistant Professor, teaching Strategic Management at SNSD Spine and Experiential Business School. In this lecture series, we have been discussing about the strategic implementation processes. This particular video inline would focus on resource allocation. Resource allocation is the process by which we optimize resources for the strategic success of the organization. So, resource allocation involves distributing an organization's resources among various projects or business units to achieve strategic goals. So, whatever resources we have to allocate them across all the projects that are happening inside the organization. We have to allocate them across all the business units of the organization. No one unit can be left out just because we are running short of resources. So, whatever is there, it has to be given in the proportionate manner to all the projects and business units. So only when there is an effective allocation, we'll be able to ensure that the resources are used efficiently and resources contribute to the organization's success. Say, for example, one project requires only 4 people, but we allocate 8 people there. Would all the 8 be able to perform efficiently? No, because the work that is there is being shared between 8 people. So all the 8 would only be 50% productive. On the other hand, if there were only 4 people doing the job, they would all definitely give their 100%. So it's very important that we are very calculative of the resources that are being allocated. It doesn't mean we have to give lesser resources. This can be the vice versa also. For a work that demands 8 people, we only allocate 4 people. Would that even work out? This will put a lot of stress on the 4 people that are working, and they'll definitely not be able to perform because they are doing twice the amount of work that they're supposed to do. So, in either cases, it's important that there's effective allocation of resources. Resources fall into 4 categories: financial resources, human resources, physical resources, and technological resources. Financial resources involve budgeting, capital allocation, and project investments. So, it is through financial planning that an organization can ensure that all the resources are available for the strategic initiatives. So, be it any new project or any existing project, it's very important that we allocate finances appropriately. Only after finance gets allocated, any other resource allocation may happen because all other resource allocation demands money. The next is human resource allocation. Human resource allocation is nothing but assigning the right people to do the right tasks. So, here we may have to consider the skills, experience, and balance the workload effectively. So, say for example, we are focusing on a new product development project. In this case, we'll definitely have to assign the lead responsibility to a project manager and not a logistic manager, because a logistic manager wouldn't know anything about a product launch. On the other hand, a project manager is the one who would be an expert in this. So, finding the right person to do the right thing is very important. The third is physical resources. Physical resources include all the tangible assets like facilities, equipments, and inventory. So we have to make sure that there is enough of facilities, equipments, and inventory that are available. And at the same time, all the available physical resources are efficiently and effectively utilized at the same time. So, for example, for a new project team, we may have to give an office space, we may have to give them new equipments, new computers so that they can function properly. The last category of resources are technological resources. So it's also equally important that we invest in technology to support strategic objectives. So this may include software, hardware, and innovation projects. So in the present scenario, technology is of prime importance. Without technology, nothing can happen. We are living in a technological landscape, so it's very important that we stay up to date when it comes to technological resource allocation. So when it comes to resource allocation, there are a lot of challenges. There can be budget constraints. There can be the problem of competing priorities. Like we may have only lesser resources, so we may go in a position where we have to decide where the resource have to be allocated on priority, leaving one other project unnoticed. So it's very important that we balance the existing resources. Only when there's a right balance that is being set when it comes to resource allocation, the process would be effective and efficient. So, best practices when it comes to resource allocation, as always, it's regular reviewing. We have to make sure that the resource allocation is reviewed regularly based on performance and the changing needs of working community. We may even use data and analytics to help us out in informed decision making. So we may conduct quarterly reviews so that resources are reallocated based on the performance and market conditions. Say we identify one project is underperforming, we may either support the project with additional resources or either close the project, withdraw the resources, and reallocate them to some other project that is functioning for the better. So ultimately, having a proper understanding of resource allocation process and allocating resources efficiently is very important for organizations to thrive and succeed. So I hope this video was helpful to you in understanding the importance of resource allocation. I'll catch you soon with another interesting content.